Hey guys, welcome back to Mike's DVDs, Blu-rays, and Laserdisc collection. Today's kind of a special episode. I'm going to show off some new movies I've gotten recently. Now, some of these might be new releases, but they might be classic new releases, or just new to me, where I've added to my collection. So this is kind of a mashup of my collection and the 1 Minute with Mike series. Okay, where do I start? Well, I have, I'm going to start off with one in particular. It's a documentary. It's on DVD. It's about the rock band Y&T. And it's called Y&T On With The Show. It's a 2-disc set. It is 143 minutes for the documentary, and then the bonus disc is another 137 minutes. So it's jam-packed with stuff. It took a while for this to come out. They worked on this for a few years, and it was long awaited. If you really don't know Y&T, they're a band from San Francisco Bay Area who started in the early 70s, and by 76 they had their first album out, and kind of took off in the 80s. Their sound changed a little bit more rock, a little harder edged, where they really found their classic sound. And they broke up in 91, reformed in the mid-90s, and basically pretty much just continued. They're real road dogs. They're on the road a lot. I got to see them in Nashville. It was an awesome show. They were one of my favorite bands since I was a kid, probably 1987. But it's an awesome story. They lost some band members along the road. Actually, three of the original members, to cancer at different times. And frontman Dave Meniketti is the only original member still, and his voice is just as good, if not better, than back in the classic heyday era. His guitar playing is phenomenal. I highly recommend this documentary. You can find it on their website, yntrocks.com. I'm not sure if it's on Amazon, but just Google it and you can find it. It's really good. I highly recommend it. Can't say enough for it. Second disc I got. This is an older movie. It's 30 Seconds Over Tokyo. It's a 1943 movie. Or no, I'm sorry, 44. I say 44. It's a really good World War II movie. Spencer Tracy. It's got Van Johnson. It's got a very young Robert Mitchum in it. So if you really like the good glossy, this is an MGM movie, so it's kind of glossy. So this is a really good World War II movie. Classic, man. Pick it up if you can find it. Okay, moving right on. Here's another Robert Mitchum movie. This is El Dorado from 1967. This is Howard Hawks's. He did a trilogy starting. Gosh, I'm going to forget all the dates now. First, there's El Dorado, Rio Lobo, and Rio Bravo was the first one in 1959. And he did kind of a trilogy with John Wayne. This one has Robert Mitchum in it. The original Rio Bravo had Dean Martin, Ricky Nelson, John Wayne. And then I believe Rio Lobo has got John Wayne, and I'm forgetting the second player. But highly recommend. Classic Western. Howard Hawks, the director. Highly recommend this, El Dorado. So, another one I picked up here is Overlord. in the 4K Blu-ray high definition disc here. This is from 2018, so it's a new movie in my collection. It's really great. It's another World War II movie where they kind of a crack team of special people, kind of like Dirty Dozen, where they got these people together, they fly them in, drop them, do a special mission, and then they're out. Well, things get a little complicated when they parachute into this town. The Nazis are up in this castle doing some experiments when they come out with this super-powered Nazi soldier. Saying it's kind of a cross between a zombie movie, World War II, and it's got kind of a Quentin Tarantino flavor to it. It's J.J. Abrams, who did the Star Trek and last couple of Star Wars movies, was the producer on this. Highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. Alright, I got another classic here, Blu-ray, To Kill a Mockingbird, the literary classic that we probably all read in school. Gregory Peck in it, and this is the 50th anniversary edition. All these discs I'm showing you are all used. I got these eBay, Amazon, local pawn shops and stuff. I find them everywhere. My son was actually reading this in class, and I said, you know what, I got that movie, I want to watch it. So he kind of watched some of it, but you know, it's a black and white movie. You don't want to watch it, but it's a great movie. It's fully restored, so the picture's really great, sounds great. Alright, next movie, I got Lucy here, Scarlett Johansson, Morgan Freeman movie. Crap, when did this come out? 2015? I haven't watched this yet. It's written and directed by Luc Besson, who made some great movies in the 90s. I'm having a brain fart here. He's made a lot of good movies, let's just put it that way. And I haven't seen this yet, but I'm looking forward to it. It's got, you know, Scarlett Johansson in it. It should be a good action flick. Next one I got here. What's playing in the background here, if you can hear that. This is a new release from Eureka. It's the Masters of Cinema series. Eureka is a company from Europe, from the United Kingdom, who re-releases a lot of classic stuff, a lot of restored movies. They put them back out in these great Blu-ray editions. This one actually has Buster Keaton, and it was released last year, 2019. It's got Sherlock Jr., the General, and Steamboat Bill Jr. The General's on in the background there. It's got a great score to these. These are silent movies. Buster Keaton, if you haven't heard of him, he's a master silent film comedian, second only to Charlie Chaplin. Some may say he's the best, and Charlie Chaplin's the second. Buster Keaton, known as the Great Stone Face, started in the teens. He was started in vaudeville with his parents, and he got the name Buster from being thrown around so much, and he could take a fall, he could take a hit, and did all kinds of stunts and stuff. He was a big influence on Jackie Chan, actually, Buster Keaton. So if you get a chance to check this one out, I highly recommend it. And you could probably get a little glimpse of Buster Keaton on YouTube or something, but I highly recommend just about any of his silent stuff. Is really good. So, highly recommend that. That's the Buster Keaton Masters of Cinema series, Sherlock Jr., the General, and Steamboat Bill Jr. Alright, and this disc right here in front of me, this is released from the Twilight Time company, which is they're a group that re-releases movies too in America. And this came out a few years ago. It's Thunderbolt and Lightfoot. It's Clint Eastwood, Jeff Bridges movie from, I believe, '74. And this is the first movie by a guy named Michael Cimino. I'm totally tearing his last name up, and I apologize. But this was his first movie, and he's a real character. The movie he made after this was The Deer Hunter. And it won Best Picture, won all these awards. It's a great movie. So he got all this acclaim, and then the next movie he made after that was called Heaven, what is it? Heaven's Gate. Gosh, Heaven's Gate. So it's a very famous movie that ran way over budget, like phenomenal. Like he was just being the egotistical director that just ran the budget up. It almost put the film company basically out of business, United Artists. They sunk so much money into that movie that basically put him out of business. And it bombed and basically ruined his reputation. He made some more movies, but he was never anything good. So if you check that out, I highly recommend Thunderbolt and Lightfoot. It's a lot of fun. It's great print, sounds good, got a great picture. Check out The Deer Hunter and Heaven's Gate. It's actually a good movie. All right, winding down here. Got this the other day. This is one of my favorite movies. The Life and Death of Colonel Blimp. It's made by a producer-director team from Britain, Michael Powell and Emmerich Pressburger. And they're a British team that put together some really good movies in the late 30s, all the way into 1960s Peeping Tom. This is a Criterion release of this, and this is a very good movie. Kind of follows this guy named Colonel Blimp, who's kind of a very stoic, very stubborn and iron-willed colonel in the British Army. It shows him starting out as a very young soldier all the way up to the end in like around World War II. And it shows the aging of this one character. Plays all the different Colonel Blimps, the young, medium young, and old, and it's got a lot of good special effects. It's one of the most beautiful movies I've ever seen. Technicolor, the cinematography, the color is beautiful. And on this Blu-ray from Criterion Collection, it really shows. This is a restored copy. It's got a lot of bonus features, so if you're into stuff like that, but I highly recommend it. The Life and Death of Colonel Blimp. Really good. Okay, there's not much I can say about this. The Warriors. If you haven't seen this, then I don't know what else to say, man. You gotta come out, you gotta watch this. The Warriors. Famous street gangs, 1978, 79 came out. Walter Hill, who'd go on to make a lot of Lethal Weapon movies and stuff like that in the 80s. I can't say much about it. I mean, there's phenomenal movie, The Warriors. Great soundtrack. This is a Blu-ray release, pretty sharp. I recommend this a lot. And we're coming down to the last little bit here, and I'm going to show you two things here. Laurel and Hardy Collection Volume 1 and 2, and this shows Laurel and Hardy at their late stage in their career, 1941 on to late 40s, I want to say. These are the movies they made for 20th Century Fox. This is after they left the Hal Roach studio in 1940, where they made all their super classic, funniest movies on earth at. Well, they got to 20th Century Fox, and you can tell the writing, the humor, a lot of the filmmaking is not there. They changed directors, they changed writers. I'm sure 20th Century Fox wanted to change a lot about them and stuff. Plus, they were aging. You know, Oliver Hardy had gained a lot of weight. Stan Laurel, you could see how old they were getting. They couldn't really hide that anymore with makeup. But these are the 6 films they made at 20th Century Fox. And I resisted getting these my whole life. I've been a fan since I was 12. I'm 43 now. I've resisted getting these because I've always read and been told in documentaries, and fans just say that these are not the best Laurel and Hardy films. You do not want to start with these movies to get an introduction to Laurel and Hardy. I recommend their silent shorts, their classic sound talkie shorts and movies from the 30s, and then work your way up to these. Now, actually, they're not so bad. I watched one, Great Guns, The Big Noise from 41, and it was funny. It was really good. These are very crisp, clean, solid discs. The transfers, they look really good. But there's some stinkers in here. I'm going to watch them. I mean, I love Laurel and Hardy. So I had to finally get these and add them to my collection. Found a really good deal on both of these on eBay. So it's got 6 movies, 3 movies on each set. And if you want to know more about this period in Laurel and Hardy's life, just kind of look up on Wikipedia, start 1940. So that's where I want to end it today. But yeah, I had fun showing you some of these movies I just picked up. So just be safe out there. Coronavirus, hopefully this will be over and all that good stuff. But it's just Mike here. Just drop me a line. Tell me how you feel about these movies and how my episodes have been going so far. And give me a thumbs up. Give me a like on here. And subscribe. And until the next episode, this is Mike. And I'm out.